Yeah, so it's quite rainy today. It's been rainy and Cape Town weather for about 2 weeks now, so we're not working with the bees. I do have, however, this pair of Jim Green boots that I bought a while ago, and I do have to clean them. I clean them often, maybe once or twice weekly. But it's an interesting shoe, and before I bought, then I was looking on YouTube for some information on this boot, and I found on the Jim Green website, but not a lot of other information. So today I'll just post I think I have these boots for about 4, 5, 6 months now, I'm not sure. So it's my, let's say, 6-month review. And yeah, these boots, when you buy them and you get them, they, for the first week, incredibly hard. They chafe you a bit, but after 2 or 3 weeks they really become the most comfortable shoes. I wear these shoes about 9 hours a day. I walk a lot with them, up and down ladders, in workshops. Initially this is the flat sole, I think it's the Barefoot, yeah. And I was concerned that when I climb ladders that it might maybe slip, but it doesn't. It's really such a grippy and comfortable shoe. And the cool thing is I always use this. I've never used anything else than dubbin. I apply dubbin about twice a week. And I make sure to get the dubbin specifically around the sole and the seams. And they waterproof. I can stand in a deep puddle of water and the water doesn't get in. I'm going to remove these laces for the cleanup, and then I'll also show you that something that I like about these boots, and I haven't really seen it on other boots, is it doesn't have a typical lip. It's like sealed here, so even if you walk on sand or on a beach, I've done it once, and the sand doesn't get in because yeah, there's no place for the sand to get in. Yeah, so let me clean that. Sunday, I've worn them last on Friday, and I just brushed the mud and the sand off of them. What I do notice that's really pleasant is if I can, every day lunchtime, then I try to change my socks, because it is rainy and cold, and then if I put on a fresh pair of cotton socks during lunchtime, then it really helps. But as I said, they're waterproof and very comfortable. Last week especially, I was working in a lot of water, and I could see that after all that work in the water, then the leather definitely needs some oil or polish. This is just a wet cloth. Try to get all the mud off before I clean them, so that I don't polish the mud into the shoe. A lot of times I would just use a air hose and blow the sand off at the end of the day. These was the Barefoot Broncos. I'll just show you something interesting on the, see there, they've got the Jim Green logo over there on the heel, and then also something that they demonstrate is that tannins, that so it's something unique about the Bronco boot apparently. But yeah, I've always cleaned them with this dubbin, but today I want to put a little bit of polish on as well, so I'm gonna, usually I'm quite generous with the dubbin, but today I'll put it on a bit more sparingly, and then also the polish. See, I'm working the dubbin in around the seam. And I always have the laces on most of the time when I polish it. So now it's also a good opportunity to also polish here around the tongue. I like the Jim Green brand. It resonates with how I see things and purchases, and just buying things that last longer and that are more resilient. The boots are not cheap, but if you consider the quality that you're getting, it's definitely well worth the price. Like most other things that I appreciate. Or in most cases I would apply the dubbin a lot more generous, and today for the first time I'll just apply standard shoe polish. And the reason is that I've noticed that the dubbin does really make the shoe or the leather soft. It actually says here, for rendering leather soft and waterproof. And I didn't really expect the dubbin to really make the leather that nice and soft, which is nice, very nice initially. I experienced that it makes the shoe more comfortable, but I'm gonna see, yeah, I also don't want the shoe to be too soft. So for the first time, let's put on some shoe polish. In future I might just put shoe polish on a bit.